So the initial idea was to do like a low drag racing kind of style bike. So we've changed the tank, modified it to take a Sportster fuel pump. I had to change the tank quite a bit to put some brackets on the front and the back. Change the exhaust pipes, air filter stage 1, change the seat from the seat that I had, so we repurposed that, and then the fenders off FL Harley Davidson 1960, actually left over from the parts from last year's bike. Changed the handlebars, the risers, lowered the front, cut the struts off the back, put some FL struts on, and then just relocating all the wiring.
Hardest bit so far, working with James. He's a taskmaster.
Bike ride's really good actually. I was a bit dubious whether it was actually going to run at all, but once we got it running and figured out a few of the problems, the tank was hitting the top of the head, spaced that out, and now yeah, it runs really good. I didn't really know what I was expecting it to be at all, so I guess I can't say I'd expected it to turn out like anything, but yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out.
James Grant seems to have just made a fiberglass monstrosity.
So we're making Tracy body fairing, which is kind of fiberglass shell that wraps all the way across the tank over to the rear fender. It's like an all-in-one complete unit. It's called Tracy.
I would say that as none of us are bike builders and we're all kind of just tinkerers, we approached it with more of a cosmetic approach. We took a 48 tank, peanut tank, and put that on it. We moulded out of clay the seat, bobbed the fender, and then worked clay over the top of it. And then we fiberglassed and made a Tracy body over the top of it. We changed up the bars. We've gone with a 21 on the front. We've had to relocate the electrics, which was probably the most complicated, was trying to find out how we could place everything without having to trying to mess with all the wiring.
I'm not sure. I imagine the public's going to be a bit divided by this. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit of a fruity colour.
So we ended up going with the colour purple because Sailor Jerry was the first person to create the purple tattoo. So when we were discussing colours, it made sense for us to go with that.
Finished bike's unreal, isn't it? It's like amazing.
When it goes to compared to the other two teams, I feel like we're still in the running. Even though we're the underdogs, I feel like we're still in it. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I think ours is really, really different to the others. I reckon it's going to be an opinion divider. But I think you're either going to really like it or you're really not. But I really like it, so, so whatever.
My name is Lee Carter, Team FTH.
Sacrifice and die for Carter was something out of my control, unfortunately. Like, I don't know, I wasn't involved with that decision.
Because you weren't pulling his weight. Haven't even got a bike. They can't even get up the stairs.
The bikes turned out pretty much as we expected. We had a plan and it kind of come through.
We're trying to make Sportster parts look right on a bigger bike, which is quite nice. You just do it subtly. I think we'll get it. So we used a 48 Sportster tank, lowered it around the bottom rim by 1.5 inches or so to tuck all the wiring up out of the way. The headlight's been lowered by about 1/2 inch. We made some custom bars out of 1.25 inch tube. We hand-made the seat, carved it.
We were lucky enough to get a chain drive sent over from the States by Big Nick, Industry Customs. He really helped us out with that because we were struggling. So that came through and the pipes finished off real nice as well.
Yeah, I made the pipes for it, mainly to fill the gap up around the solid mount shocks on the rear. Carter painted it and then Chris went over the top with his magic pens and made it look the part.
Just basically traced Sailor Jerry flash off the internet and used that like all the other traditional artists do.
James did a ton of wiring on it, all hidden inside the bars with like resistors, all sorts of stuff, up and down the frame all over the place, and it works, which is pretty good. It just feels like what we set out to do, which is basically to build like the Mega Sportster or whatever. But no, it really feels like a smaller bike. It's cracking, but with tons and tons of power. It's brilliant.